Hi everybody, it's me, Plantain Charlene, and today I wanted to share with you my ZZ plant collection. And before we get to the video, I just want to thank everyone who is watching. I do appreciate it, whether you're a new subscriber, current subscriber, and hopefully a future subscriber. Thank you for choosing to watch this video because there's so many other videos out there that you could have chosen. So you chose mine. Thank you. Okay, though this video won't be long, I do want to quickly say I am not that familiar with all of the ZZ plant options there are. So I currently have 4 in my collection. So I'm going to show you my first one, which is the most recent one that I purchased. Okay, here it is. It is the ZZ Chameleon. Now, to my knowledge, this is supposed to be yellow, though I haven't seen any yellow leaves. It's possible that I'm not giving it enough light and therefore it hasn't changed over to yellow. If anybody knows, please let me know, because it's been basically this green. It's lighter than my regular ZZ, though it's not that yellow that really drew people in like me to say, oh, look at that, that's different, let me get it. So the only yellow I see is when a leaf is not doing well, like that one. So I will say that this one, I purchased it last year, I think over the summer or spring, and since I purchased it, it pushed out, I believe, 6 new shoots at one time, which was very impressive because ZZs are not known for being fast growers, in my opinion, or my experience. So when I saw that it pushed out 6 new, right here, I was very surprised. So, though I don't know why it's not turning that yellow. So again, if anybody can let me know, does it need more light? Speaking of light, it does feel very light. Is it something that only happens in a certain time of the year, like the summer, spring or something? I don't know. But again, I don't recall this, I'll clean this up later, this one ever turning yellow. Even when the new stems were coming, I don't remember them being yellow. Hopefully I'll have some footage I can put on here somewhere to show you that. So, but overall it does still look good. It doesn't look unhealthy, and it's, not dying. So I guess whatever I'm doing, I'll keep doing it though. Oh, that looks a little lighter than the rest, but it's not yellow. Anyway, I'm going to move on and let that go, and I'll show you my next ZZ plant. Okay, so here is the next ZZ. This is the first ZZ I ever owned. I've had this one for about 7 years, maybe more. It started off from a leaf cutting. Ernest brought home a leaf. It was much, much bigger than these. It was like maybe 3 times the size of these leaves, and it was from a customer, and she told him what needs to be done. I did it, and this is the result over the years. There were other stalks here. You can see that I had to cut from them dying. It was root bound at one point, and I repotted it in here, but it's not in a big pot. And I have it in a terracotta pot on purpose because of I don't want it to stay moist too long. And it is in a very chunky mix that pretty much doesn't stay moist long either. So between the terracotta pot absorbing the moisture and the mix that it's in, it gets to be very airy and breathe a lot because I don't want the root balls rotting. Now, like I said, I had it for about 7 years, maybe more. and I can't keep more than however many you see here, 5 stems at one time. They are long. I'm thinking maybe this spring I will repot it in hopes that it'll get bigger, but I don't want to take the chance of anything going wrong. So I'm debating that, because I do want this to get fuller. If I had all the stems, this would be really nice and full, and I don't. So the reality is, this is what it looks like, and you see that there. This is telling me I'm not watering it possibly enough, because the leaf dried out and died. So one thing I will say, even though I've read that this plant does have, I think it's mealybugs that can be a problem, I'm gonna knock on the invisible wood and say I never ever had a plant pest problem with any of my ZZs. So that's a good thing. So I'm gonna move on now to, I'm definitely gonna move on to the next plant. Okay, here is the next ZZ. I will tell you this little quick story. This one was dying. I only had this one left. When I originally purchased it, I think it was in a 4-inch pot. I believe I got it out of a big box store. And it just kept losing the stems here. I think 4 or 5 of them. And then something clicked, as usual. It takes a minute, and said check the roots. And if I have some footage, I'll put it here. And that's when I saw that this sucker, the bulbs and the roots was just so compact. It had barely any soil left. And once I repotted it, this one I did repot in my Oh Happy Plants mix. And it pushed out these 3 new stems immediately. Not, when I say immediately, I mean like within a month, all at the same time. So, and I think this is the tallest that it grew. I don't recall them being much taller than this. I'm sorry I don't remember the name, but hopefully I've put it at the bottom. So I went from just having this left to having these 3 new stems, and hopefully over the spring and summer it'll give me some more, because I really saw that this plant was dying right before my eyes. And as usual, like I said, it took a moment for it to kick in to say check the roots, because I didn't see any pests. Like I said, never had a pest problem. So I don't know why I thought pest before. I thought it was root bound. But I am glad that I eventually got it together, and now this plant is doing just fine. And I'm looking forward to it pushing out some more stems and giving me a fuller plant. Oh, I thought I saw something. Wishful thinking. Anyway, that's for this one. Now we'll move on to the last one. All right, last but not least is my beautiful ZZ Raven. And the reason why I ended with this one was because this one, was it this one actually before? Oh, I may have it confused, or both this one and the last one I showed you had the situation of, no, it was the other one. Anyway, this one was also dying really bad. Had it about maybe 5 years. It was in a bigger pot. It was in a 6-inch pot, I think, or 8-inch pot. And at the beginning it was fine, and eventually it wasn't. And I think I let 95% of the plant die before I finally said, you know what, just check it, repot it, cut everything off that is dead or dying, and just take that one stem that was left and repot it in a smaller pot, which was this one. The bulb was still looking healthy. It wasn't rotted or anything, but it was in need of repot. And, well, I'm lying, I'm fibbing. There was a couple of dead rotted bulbs in the pot. I had one healthy one left, and that's the one I repotted in here. And thank goodness, after I also put this in my Oh Happy Plants mix, and it pushed out 4 or 5, how many? It pushed out more than 4 new leaves. And the one thing that was impressive was the leaves got bigger, okay, because they were small. They were more like this, actually smaller than this. They were smaller than this because I don't remember exactly, but anyway, the leaves got bigger. So I'm happy because they went from being this size to this size. And that's a first for all of my ZZs because this one has the biggest leaves out of them all. Though the first one I showed you is the most fullest, this one is has the biggest leaves. So I am happy to see that. This one, what I love about this is how nice and dark and beautiful these leaves are. Where it's such a dark green, it looks black, hence the name Raven. I'm happy I didn't just let this plant die because you see how shaky this is. It's taller than I expected. None of them were this tall either when I first purchased it. I want to be careful because it's a little too shaky. I didn't realize it was this shaky because I pretty much haven't touched this plant since I repotted it. So I'm just happy that I didn't just let it die, and I did repot it, and now it's doing much better, except for this little part right here that's turning me into a fibber. It looks like the stem was growing out more and then it just dried out. I will say that the one thing about between the ZZs and my snake plants, Sansevierias, I tend to water them much less because I know they don't need as much water because of the bulbs holding water and they can last a little longer. And because I tend to do that, this type of stuff happens where, you know, it dries out. So I'm trying to remember to water it a little bit more, but not overwater it. So where that I kill the plant. So that's my ZZ Raven looking all pretty and stuff. Look at her. Alrighty, everybody, that is it. And that wasn't one of my largest plant collections, genus of plants, unlike my Aglaonemas and my Hoyas, and even my Alocasias. So I'm sure there's more ZZ varieties out there. I just don't have them yet. And eventually, maybe I will. I don't know. I can't really tell the difference between some of them if it's not a color difference. Maybe it's or how they grow. Either way, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. I hope you stay blessed, stay healthy, keep planting, and bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.